everybody. Welcome to our support group meeting tonight on Thursday. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us, especially in this cold, snowy day. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery support group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. And since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are very much welcome to make our meetings the best that we can be. The Racing for Recovery support group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. And by combining substance abusers, their families and friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone that has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. Our meeting start time is 6:30. Thank you all for being on time. I appreciate that. Please turn off your cell phones and refrain from making posts to social media during the meeting. Please, only one person speaks at a time. You can raise your hand and Angel over here will take down the list so that everybody gets a chance to talk. We will gladly sign your attendance slips and you can get them after your discussion, after our discussion. The discussion.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and your points of view, how substance abuse has impacted your life of your family, friends. This meeting is open to people of all ages and it welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language and language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity. Slow down, Cal. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please welcome them into our program. Your confidentiality is important to us. However, please be mindful that this is a live stream meeting and it is open to Racing for Recovery members all around the globe. Please refrain from getting up and leaving during the meeting in progress. It's kind of frustrating. Please throw away your trash in the proper receptacles. And if you are smoking, we encourage you to stop, so please just stop. Appreciate that. Are there any first-time attending members to our meeting tonight? Anybody new and not tried this before? Okay, that's all of our regular family is here. Could we have?
No, sure. She
Oh,
raised her hand.
oh, well, hi. Welcome to the meeting, sweetie. It's good to see you. Could I have the designated reader read the guidelines to living a lifestyle of recovery?
Thomas.
That's Thomas.
Howdy, I'm Thomas. Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Number 1, recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4, defining balance and working towards making it a part of everyday life. 5, building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas. Is this the time that we ask you if you happen to have any announcements by chance?
I do have announcements. Yeah, matter of fact, I do.
And I remembered this time.
You did. Nice job. Okay, so these are our announcements. They are the support group meetings that we offer here. So these are the live stream and in-person support groups. So on Monday, we have a book study here at the building, and that is from 4 to 5. And right now, they're going over our new book, Elevate. Tuesday, we have a men's and women's peer support group here at the building from 4 to 5. Wednesday, we have the BAC recovery group. The dinner for that is at 6 p.m. and the shuttle will leave from out in front of the suites over here at 5:15. The service for that is 6:30 to 8:30. Thursday, today, we have the free plant-based dinner and music here at the building, followed by the signature live support group. That's 6:30 to 7:30. Friday, we have the biblical principles of recovery, and that is here from 5 until 7 in the evening. Saturday, we have the exploring the Bible in recovery, and that is from noon until 2:30. Also on Saturday, we have community connections here at the building, and that is from 2:30 until 5. And then Sunday, we have the Bedford Alliance Church service. The shuttle for that leaves again from over in front of the suites at 10:15, and the service is at 11. If you could follow us on social media for all the live streams and updates, leave us a review on Google and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Can we give a shout out to Chef Dean and all the kitchen volunteers for this tonight? Really delicious. And also, can we give a shout out to our tech crew up in the booth up there? Without them, this is not possible. And that is all I have for this evening, Kelly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. We're gonna do introductions. You do not have to identify as an alcoholic or an addict, but if it is helpful to you, feel free to do so. We just want to know your name. We wanted to know why you decided to join us tonight. And I think for a question, I would like to know, in a word or two, what emotion or how you feel about winter and the snow that has fallen in the last 24 hours. An emotion that makes you feel, please. And which way we wanna start? How about you? We'll start with you, please.
I'm Heather. I'm here because this is the only home I've ever known. And I have mixed feelings about the winter and the snow. It's not safe for me to like really walk in it, because if I have back issues, if I fall, it could be really bad. But I also don't like the heat, and I enjoy the colder feel. So it's a love-hate relationship.
Thanks for that. And you, sir?
My name's Corey, and this is the place to be on Thursdays. The snow, I'm okay with it, cause when the sun comes, I'll appreciate that.
Grateful, I like that. You, sir?
I'm Justin. I'm here because it's my home group, and snow makes me feel nostalgic.
Oh, I like that. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Danielle, and I'm here to give and receive support, and winter makes me long for the summer. Not a winter
Oh,
person.
I love your glasses with that sweatshirt.
Thank you.
It looks amazing.
Thank you.
I'm Mitchell. I'm here because this is part of my routine and my recovery. By the way, Tim, this table is really nice. I like the view. Just FYI, if I'm here tomorrow.
Join us, man. Yeah, we'll squeeze you in there.
Winter, I love the winter. I'm a snowboarder, so snow for me is exciting, except it's just very flat in Ohio, so, you know, it makes me sad because I can't do anything. But I love it.
I do too. What about you, stranger?
I'm Mark. I'm here tonight because I choose to be. Basically give and receive support. I've had a lot of healing in this room over the years. Winter or snow? I love the snow, not so much the winter. Cold, dark, early days. They make me feel bored, somewhat depressed. Yeah, I'm an outside person. Love to be out in nature. I love to be outside. I love to be busy. I love the sunshine. So yeah, I don't much care for winter. But like I heard someone else say over there, just makes me appreciate the sun even more when it comes out. So
Yeah.
I'm okay either way with or without it.
I don't think it's unusual for people to have that depression feeling in the winter time. I hear that often. Yeah,
Hi, I'm Cody.
the tea.
I'm good. This is I come for the chef's Dean's meal and see all your pretty faces every week. I like the winter because, like Mark and Danielle said, it makes you appreciate the summertime. But it's always good that you get the yearly reminder that there's a season to reset and reorient yourself to what you need to do. It's like to get that, like people say it's hibernation, but like that's fun too, getting cozy, you know. But yeah, just to take that time to reflect and get yourself together again. I like that part about winter a lot. And some sledding sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Cody.
Hello again, I'm Thomas. I'm here because this is home. Everything always leads me back here. And winter, I don't love it, but it's invigorating. Got up at 5:30 this morning and ran over to the gym in shorts, and I was very much awake. So it's energizing in some way.
Those are good words, invigorating and energizing. I remember the days that it was cold and you wore no juice.
Yeah, I had to cave on that today. That's the sad part.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm JJ. I'm here because this is where I belong. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Winter makes me feel at home. I'm growing up between Wyoming and South Dakota. It's just a normal part of life. And I always loved winters. Loved to do all the winter sports. Hurt myself whenever I could. It was fun.
very cool.
I'm Alex. I'm here because I was given the opportunity to come back here. And the winter, I'm always shocked at how cold it actually gets.
Yeah.
It's like I forget until I'm in it. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. So yeah, I would say shocked.
Hey, Blaze.
What's up? I'm Blaze. I'm here tonight because this meeting supports my my wellness journey, and I just miss the heat. You know, I really miss long runs and laying out tanning and that kind of stuff. But I don't hate it.
Sweating.
Yeah.
I'm Kenzie. I am here to support my dear friend Angel up at the table for the first time tonight.
Yeah.
And I honestly have negative feelings towards winter and snow. I think that it should only be on Christmas. Yeah.
That's it.
Zach, I'm here tonight because it's a place to be on Thursday, and the kids said they wanted to do something fun tonight, so here we are. And the winter and the snow, it reminds me of it's time. It's my working time, so I like to travel and enjoy my summers.
I'm Bree. I'm here to support my dad in my own recovery tonight, and I'm anemic, so I do not like the cold. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Nevaeh and I'm here to support my mom and my grandpa.
Oh, thank you.
Want to introduce yourself?
No.
Negative.
She's the new girl.
I'm Jason. I'm here because this is where my people are at, and my grandkids are here today, and my daughter. Winter makes me angry because my mother's in Florida and I'm in Ohio.
It's honesty.
I'm Ryan.
I'm here because I choose to be here, and this place has helped me become probably the best version of myself that I've ever been, and it's also a part of my wellness journey. Yeah, and I like to be near and dear with my peers. No drugs or alcohol, so I can keep the signal clear. Winter makes me kind of cautious because it always reminds me how fragile it can be, how easy it can be to slip, and I don't know, it just keeps me on my toes. So cautious, I would say.
How about you, Jeffrey?
Hi, my name's Jeff. I come to this meeting as part of my routine. Man, I used to love the winter when I was younger. Growing up in the country, you have a different take on it, you know? It just provided days and days full of fun and excitement, and I loved it to death. Now, living in a city, I just stare out the window, I'm like, this snow serves no purpose, no functional purpose in my life anymore. So, I'm trying to just fool my way through it until spring next year.
I love that.
I'm Matt, I'm here because I love working these live streams. I'm not a big fan of winter, but I do love the snow. If it's gonna be cold and dark out, I'd rather have it be snowing because at least then it's pretty.
Yeah.
And I also love to take pictures in the snow. It's my favorite time to be out with the camera.
Very cool. And Angel.
I'm Angel and I'm here to learn my own way of journey this time around. And I don't care for winter, but I like like Matt said, the pretty snow. That's about it. Go to snowman or go down sledding or bahan back in the day. It was fun just bahan through the snowbilers and stuff, but yeah.
Very cool. How about you, Timothy?
Hello, everybody. My name is Tim. I am here this evening because this is part of my journey for self-discovery. Man, winter, snow. I like what Cody had said because I started writing some stuff down. But what I written down was it kind of gives me more of a reason to be still and gather my thoughts. That wasn't as good as what you said, though.
You're good.
And also that it is kind of a time for me to recharge. I am outdoorsy, like you're talking about, Bart. Yeah, I am outdoorsy. I love the summer, but I feel like I'm the kind of outdoorsy that if you put me outside, I can find something to enjoy while I'm out there. And also, Matt, what you were talking about, how when it's cold, you'd rather have the snow because it's pretty. I had just said that this morning to somebody. I'm like, man, the sun is out shining on all this snow that we weren't supposed to get last night, and damn, is it beautiful. Yeah.
Definitely.
You're up.
Is there anyone that's off camera that would like to say their name or make a comment and not be on camera? Either side? Nope, no one? Okay, just wanted to ask. Hi, I'm Kelly, for anyone that doesn't know me. I am here because this is what I do on Thursdays. I've done this on Thursdays for quite some time now. It's where I belong. It's where I come back for my connection. I miss it when I'm not here. I genuinely feel like this is home. I genuinely feel like people here are my family. I always say, and will continue to say, if I am not here on a Thursday, somebody better give a call and come looking for me because this is where I belong on Thursdays. As for the snow, a lot of what people have shared, definitely. It's gonna be cold, I'd much rather have the snow. I think the snow is absolutely beautiful. I love watching it from the inside of the window, very much so. I was always the one to send the kids sledding and be on the inside doing the hot chocolate and cookies when they came back. I feel like it covers up a lot of the yuck and makes things look pretty. So I'm happy with the snow. It makes me happy to watch the snow, very much so. I would like to reach out now at this time and ask if anyone has something that they want to share, they want to get off of their chest, good, bad, and different, please.
I got something real quick. This is Shadea. She was shy. Soraya, I'm sorry. Her, she wanted to be a part of, and her feelings are valid. That's one thing I've learned here. So she wanted to introduce herself, but she's shy. So that's Soraya.
Welcome, Soraya. I appreciate. Anyone else? Anything you want to share about the past week? Anything that's good, bad? Anything you want to talk about? Nobody? Okay. So, when I first did my live meeting up here, I can remember that I was nervous as all get out on what to speak about. And I had to sit down and just calm down and think of a good topic. And my first live meeting up here, I think went very well because I kind of went back to basics. I thought about that today because it was a very emotional roller coaster day, and it wasn't necessarily anything that was going on with me personally, but it was a lot of people around me, and my empathetic self got me emotional back and forth a lot. So I had to kind of sit and think about it, and so my back to basics is something that I found in my journal of notes from some of our morning IOPs. And it was from June 3 years ago, so 2.5 years ago. And at that time, we were asked to write down 10 things that I have learned in recovery. At that time, I had been here about 1.5 years. And a lot of these things I go back to and have to stop and think about and help me get through a good or bad time. So I'm just gonna quickly say these 10 things at that time that I have learned, and then maybe you can share some things that stuck out to you or that you've learned in your recovery, coming into recovery, helped you to get to recovery, things that pop in your head that help you get through maybe a tough time. One of the things, the top thing was remember where I am. I have to remember where I am, who put me here, and the people around me matter. Number 2 was do not overshare. That's a huge issue for me because I overshare very often and I need to be pulled back in sometimes. Number 3, trying to remember to put myself and my sobriety number 1. That was very hard for me because I cared about everyone else and everything else, that it was hard for me to put myself number 1 and my sobriety number 1. When everybody asks me what comes first, my answer was always family comes first to me, because they do, but I don't have that family when I don't have my sobriety, period. I just don't. Number 4, to take time to dig deep and see why I'm feeling the way that I do at certain times, what trauma may have put me there. Not just all the surface stuff. I was real big in all the surface answers when I first got here. Stop and dig deep. Number 5 was to stay in my own lane. Was a huge issue for me when I first came here. I wanted to be a part of everybody's business. Stay in my own lane is something I had to learn. I had to remember not to gossip. Again, with Stay in My Own Lane, I was one to want to share my stories, other people's stories, be part of everybody's group. And then when the gossip came around to bite me in the ass, it was a lesson learned, and it was learned in a hard way. So when I first got here, that was a big thing I had to learn. I needed to learn forgiveness. That was another thing. Number 7 on my list, I needed to learn to forgive not others and see why and where they came from, but to try to forgive myself, which I still battle today, trying to learn to forgive myself. Number 9 was showing empathy. I always thought I was an empathetic person, until I got here and realized how judgmental I could be with people. And again, had to sit back and realize I don't know anything about their path and how they got there. So to learn to empathize with people and not to do the over empathizing, I had to find my path right in the middle. Number 10 is when I have to tell myself all the time, I do not have to drink ever again. When I was told that a couple of times, it didn't hit me until I really sat and listened to it. I'm the one that has to make that choice. And I don't ever have to do it again. So those are 10 things that have stuck with me since I got here. Another thing that I have come up with since is that always hits me is play the tape forward. I hear that in my head all the time from dear Amanda. If I'm starting to make a decision and jumping too quick, play the tape forward in my head. Communication to me is definitely the biggest thing I've learned is to communicate with others and to listen to what they have to say. Those are really important things to me, still to me this day, that have stuck with me. I know that I jumped ahead, and thank goodness for Angel here. Before we start the meeting, could I invite the designated reader to read the answer, please?
It's The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain, as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust, and so it begins, racing for recovery.
Thank you. So I guess what I'm throwing out there and hoping somebody wants to talk about is if you were to make a list today on some of the things that have helped you along the way, have stuck in your head that you hear over and over again, what would be on the top of your list maybe that has changed the way you think, brought you here, that you try to remember? Heather?
So I'm just gonna speak on the self-discovery, cause I kinda feel like that's what you're asking. So I just celebrated 13 months of sobriety.
Yeah.
And I am just now learning that external validation was my first drug of choice. External validation has led me into every single negative situation, every single negative choice. From a young age, my parents never made me feel valid. They never wanted me around. You know, you're meant to be seen, not heard. So I searched for validation in anywhere I could get it, which led me to be around people who did drugs and stuff like that. You know, I would just do anything to be involved and be accepted and be wanted. And you know, it's taken me 13 months here to realize that I'm still very much doing that, seeking for external validation. And inner child work has helped with correcting that. That's what we're doing right now is inner child work. And it is some of the best work I have ever done. I'm trying today to give myself the validation that I need because that's safe. when I seek for it from other people, it leaves me vulnerable. And it can lead me to bad situations. I'm all grown up now. I'm 40 and it's time to start giving myself what I need. I don't really know if that goes along with what you were asking, but it's been 13 months and I'm just now figuring this out. So sometimes it takes a while, you know, sometimes it's not a 30, 60, 90-day thing. I just encourage people to stick it out and trust the process.
I appreciate that. I wasn't necessarily looking for any specific thing, and I love that you shared that. I think a lot of people can definitely relate with that. I even think some of the things off of my list kind of go along the same line. When I came here and had no idea what this was about and what to do, but I just wanted to belong with somebody. So I would go to one group and I'd get information, I'd go gossip with another group to try to be with those people, and I was, same type of thing, just wanted to belong somewhere. And I've always been that kind of a chameleon, whatever group I'm in, I changed to try to fit in. So I can definitely relate, looking for validation anywhere. And the inner child, it really changed my path too. And obviously, you know how long I've stuck around here, and I learned something new about myself every single day still. And I love that I have learned that here, to always be open to learning something new. Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you so much, Heather.
Yeah, that was good. I got a quick question. Can I ask something real quick? Yeah. So I can relate a lot to you, maybe not on that same level or anything like that, but if you could attach a certain emotion to why you were seeking that validation, could you put one on it?
Abandonment. 100%.
Yeah.
I was that child that was left to play with the most expensive toys all by herself because her parents were sleeping from a hangover all day long in a big old house, all by myself.
I was connecting fear to mine.
Yeah. For sure.
Yep.
And how I respond to that little girl now is huge. Because I'm not pushing her away when she shows up. I'm letting her know that, hey, I understand why you're here. Things are okay, you know, and I'm gonna take it from here.
Yeah.
Not getting angry because she's showing up time and time again. And that's the work that I've learned here. And I don't think I've been to other recovery centers and I've never learned anything like that there. This place is an entire experience. It's a whole experience that I'm so grateful to have been part of.
I totally agree with that completely. Thank you so much.
Kenzie next?
I was here for 10 months, left for almost 2 weeks, and came back. And I thought that I had learned a lot in that 10 months. But I almost look at that as that was a really hard lesson for me to learn, was leaving early. There were a couple of things that I learned from that and in the time that I've been here. One of them is not everybody has good intentions for me. I like to think that everybody's a good person and that they care about me, but that's not true. Sometimes they, like to manipulate, because I'm just easy to get along with, I'm kind, and they take that for granted a lot. And that it's okay to not be okay. I didn't speak up about that for the first 10 months that I was here. And now every time even a small issue arises, I make sure that I speak about it. Because the more I keep it shoved down, the more dark my world gets when I'm in my apartment by myself. And I don't like feeling that way anymore. And it's hard to focus on myself being a mom. A mom is not all that I am, and that was really hard for me to learn. Kenzie is separate from being a mom, from being a partner, from being a daughter. I had to completely relearn who I am again, and that has been really difficult to actually take that time to focus on myself. Sometimes I feel selfish, and I feel like I'm not a good mom, but if I wasn't a good mom, I wouldn't be here. And alcohol was never the real problem for me. It was everything that was underlining. Once I took the alcohol away, it's like more things started slapping me on the face when it came to my mental health and everything that I had ruined in my life because of my mental health and alcohol. So putting down alcohol was the easy part for me, but actually focusing on all of the other issues around it was the hardest part. And I'm really glad that I've learned to grasp those things, and learn how to get out without drowning anymore. I don't know where I would be without this place, and my close-knit people that I have, and the people that I can trust truly. And that's it.
You can see.
I appreciate all of that, and I can relate. Would you say at this point now that you are grateful it was meant to be, that you took off for 2 weeks and came back?
I think it was. Going out this last time was completely different from the last time. I don't know if I've ever felt so much guilt and humiliation in my life. But coming back here with open arms, like I had never even left, helped me a lot. I was humiliated even pulling back into the driveway. But I am extremely grateful for everyone and everything that I have in my life now.
It's so good to hear. Thank you.
Mitchell?
Something I've learned from my time here at Racing for Recovery. It's very recent, and there's still so much work to do, and I'm not there yet, but for the first time since I can remember, I learned how to treat myself like a fucking human. And I just grew up thinking that I wasn't better than or less than human. I wasn't even in the same category. I just wasn't, I don't know. But I finally took care of myself and said, screw everything else. I need this. And that's huge for me. I couldn't have done that, sincerely. From the bottom of my heart, I could not have done that without everything Racing for Recovery, its staff, my peers, and whatever else makes this place what it is. I couldn't have done it without them, and I literally wouldn't be here for one reason or another if it wasn't for this place.
Sometimes it's just hard to put into words when you're trying to explain to others what this place is.
It really is almost inexplicable sometimes, and it would be so much better, for better or worse, if you could just get inside my head and see what I'm trying to think. So while it's scary, at least that would make sense. But the only word I really freaking have for this is one that Amanda uses, and it's fucking magical. I don't know how else to explain it. I really don't. Whatever this place is built on, they really,
I agree. I think what I always tell people is it worked for me, period. This place worked for me. I let it work and it did, and I agree. I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for this place. Meant to that. Thank you, Richard.
That and screw everyone else, I need this. That's a new hat or something.
There we go. I'll pitch it to Todd.
Okay, I got myself Angel. I didn't think I could do this, but I got the opportunity to be able to learn something that I am grateful I had to back down from that embarrassment to make it humble to learn and accept that it's okay to learn differently. And I'm so grateful for Racing for Recovery for the love and the guidance that I got today so I could start forgiving myself, because that's the hardest part still. Because I have the guilt for what I've done, but I can't change it, so I have to accept that my family forgives me and I'm doing everything in my power to become the woman that they all deserve me to be. And I deserve to be for myself. So yeah, I am learning to forgive and give myself the grace that I deserve. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
I always appreciate when you talk. The difference in you is amazing, and yeah, giving yourself that grace, it's so amazing to see you do that. Thank you so much, Angel. I appreciate you.
We have Cote.
Couple of the things I've learned here is that this isn't just a recovery center, it's a mental health enhancement center. I like that we can get to the root of why we did what we did and not just, treat it like it's, rip the Band-Aid off and you're okay. I like the fact that I've learned that I can work through, you can always work to elevate yourself to another level. The consistent pursuit of self-betterment in any aspect, whether it's your physical, your mental, your spirit, is always there. And that I'm worth it, There's people here that really love and care for me, and I like that a lot.
There are. There definitely are. Yeah, the things that the tools they've given us and the things that just have stuck in my head and just pop out, and how it's changed me so much. I wasn't here for about 30 days for a minute, a year and a half ago. And that's where the play to take forward popped into my head, literally. It was an opportunity, while I wasn't here, to take a drink. It was right there in front of me. It was literally in my hands. And I was like, nobody's gonna know. I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna know. And I stood there and really understood what play the tape forward meant. I literally could hear Amanda in my head, and I was like, okay, I do this, and then tomorrow I'm gonna want some more of that, and then the next day I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna keep trying to hide it and play the system, and I'm gonna be right back to where I was and even worse again. And it was the first time that I really understood what play the tape forward was, and literally took it out of my hand and then take a drink. And I do that obviously not just with drinking, because I also agree with what Kenzie said. The stopping the drinking was the easy part for me. It was when I sat down after 6 months of all this fluffy stuff on top and had a bump in the road similar, and came back and was so angry at myself for doing that after 6 months. And Amanda looked at me and said, there was a reason, you needed to do that, you came back, it's different now, let's get to work. And that's when the mental part came out, and I remember that all the time. The difference in the mental health for me has changed absolutely everything. The drinking part is way behind me. It's the mental part that I have to deal with every day, and the things that pop into my head from this place and coming back here and connecting with you guys every Thursday. It's what keeps me going. Yeah. This place has changed everything, saved my life. I've said it numerous times, and it has. It's genuinely facts. It is a magical place, Mitchell.
We have Brian.
So in my recovery, sobriety, healing, whatever term I want to put on it, in order for me to learn, I had to change. So I accepted the fact that I had to make these changes and try to improve on a lot of my thought process and my actions and just overall well-being. And it took a big shift. It took a lot of willingness and and a lot of open-mindedness. I don't know if that's a word, open-mindedness.
It is now.
Okay, yeah. It just sounded like it had too many syllables. Okay. And I had to quit going. I didn't really do it, but I stopped like resisting. I stopped going against the grain. I had to open up. I had to speak. I learned that it's okay. I learned that we're not all the same. We do come from different areas. We do suffer from different things. But the end game is the same. We all want that better life. We want that past to not necessarily disappear, but I wanted it to remain in the past and stay there. So the only way I can make that happen was by changing. Now, I didn't have to change a lot of like my feelings, you know what I mean? I didn't struggle or go against those, but it was more of like a mental, the mental health aspect of it. And once I accepted, that, I'm kind of effed up, that I have to fix some things, it made things easier. Speaking, to therapists, peers, faculty, and just being genuine about how I'm feeling, who I am, not running from whatever it was in the past that turned me into the previous person I was, meaning I didn't realize that I had to start facing a lot of my my problems. Basically, I had to go head on, and I encourage that. That's like my number one suggestion. Like if I'm talking to a peer, is like I have to face those problems head on. I have to go to the source. I have to figure these things out for myself. And eventually life starts getting easier for me. It starts to get smoother. So, there's multiple areas that I've worked on in like in the past few years. But the major thing, like the main thing that helped me the most when things started to click and when things started to move a little bit easier was that acceptance. That acceptance that I had to change. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck in this situation for a very long time until I decide to make that change. So it's kind of like I was sitting in these rooms before. Yes, I was listening. Yes, I was doing things. But inside, I wasn't changing. And I was basically just sitting stagnant for a couple years, not even realizing it. So once I was able to recognize that, and then that's like when things started over for me. So, that's all I got to say about that.
Appreciate that. All of it I appreciate, but the whole acceptance is what hit me hard. Whole acceptance. Being able to accept who you are and what you need to do to change, and then being here for them to give us the tools to help change, but the whole acceptance part. And that was very difficult for me anyways, definitely. Appreciate your share.
Yeah, acceptance, stop resisting. I like that you brought that up too.
Definitely the resistance, for sure.
Yeah.
And we have Thomas.
Yeah, I can join in on that one. The phrase that I always heard is "Don't leave before the miracle happens," but that's not a passive thing. Miracles take work, and I was here for a solid year just taking up space and showing up, but not present, not engaged, not doing the work. Didn't get much out of it. I was miserable in sobriety, and well, the way that works out is leaving and coming back. That's taken a couple times. But actually showing up and doing the work on all fronts of the pillars that are put forth here and seeing the results and how quickly and severely positive change occurs is nothing short of a miracle or magic. Whatever this place is built on, I'm here for it. Grateful to be here.
It's good to see you. Yeah, the stories sound similar. Like you said, everybody's different, but the stories sound so similar. The whole acceptance and paying attention and really being in the work. That's a term that gets thrown at me all the time. And it's not just when you're here. I feel like I do that even more so now, not being here in the groups every day, really putting in the work on what they've taught me to get through real life out there, plain and simple. Don't take the easy way all the time. Don't try to cover it up. Yeah, you need to put in the work to make it better. And accept the process. I think that's what you said too, Heather.
Yeah.
Definitely accept the process. That was something that was real hard to me too, you know? It was just do the fluff work on top and until you really accept it and do that work and listen, just listen and let it soak in. Not be one of those people that are just sitting around here for a roof over your head or just coming to the meetings because you're supposed to. When you actually open up and you accept and you realize who you are and that this place can change everything. I'm not sure that everybody walks through the door with that mindset, but I love it. You can see it in people almost when they get that. You can see the difference. I know I did myself. It's so cool to see it in other people. It's genuinely cool.
Go ahead, Heather.
And here's another thought to it too, something that occurred to me, you know, I'm away from my children right now. And I said this quite often, time is something you cannot get back. It is the most valuable thing in my opinion. It is more valuable than anything I can possibly think of. Because it's not something that you can get back. So if I'm going to be spending my time here away from my children, I'm gonna be darn sure I'm learning something. Not only that's gonna make me a better person, but that I can later, like I have an 18-year-old and I share things with her all the time that I've learned here in a way that she can understand. And I know Angel has too, you know. It's not just us getting the help here. Those of us who have children, they are getting what we are getting here because we are able to, it's like throwing a pebble into a pond, there's a ripple effect. You know what I mean? And that's also the beauty of it. Like, and then back to the childhood thing, for goodness sakes, we played with Play-Doh and played games today.
Yeah.
And tapped into our inner child and just had fun and allowed ourselves to be children and creative again. I mean, what other place are you gonna go to that's gonna do that? You know, our staff here, they come up with some of the most creative ways to get us excited about learning how to better ourselves. They shake it up all the time on us, you know, whether it be making Valentine's Day boxes or just whatever, you know what I mean? We have tough days where we do deep work and they just pull stuff out of us that we never wanted to come out. But then we have light days too. And it's just when it all comes together, it's just an amazing thing. It really is.
And sometimes you don't realize therapeutic value that it has because you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of trick you into that. And then you sit here tonight and talk about it and it's like, wow, the whole inner child thing. And I have said that too, from early on about sharing what we've learned here. Anybody that's been around for a minute knows my grandson Boston, and he was here for me on at least 3 days a week for probably the first year and a half. He was here on weekends with me. The difference it made in his life, and his life is not ideal at this point, but the things that he says to me that I have passed on and that he has learned about even adults around him that need work, and the way that he looks at the world and the way that he can settle himself down with some of just the learnings that I got and passed on to him makes me so thankful. That's what we're doing for us first, but then definitely to pass it on. I have said this so many times that there would have been a way to have the teachings that we have here in grade school or junior high. A lot of us would not be here now.
The world would be such a better
It would be
place.
so different if they just taught the children the things that we learn here, genuinely, yeah. Thank you, Heather. Yes,
I am Angel. I will speak one more time before we
Please
go.
do.
If it wasn't for everyone here, even me having bad days or ups and downs, and just somebody would always just be there to lift you back up, even if I don't get out of that funk. It's the fact that I have a wonderful support staff and peers around here. Kenzie's hugs are amazing.
Yes.
But from my childhood, you know, I come to say that she's safe. I wrote her a letter to grasp that you're not hurt no more, and it's okay now that you're growing up and you're learning new ways and stuff is out of my control. So I had to grasp that today as an adult when that child inner piece comes back sometimes. But I can't get anger because it's still a feeling that I have to accept. That I have no exception or whatever, I'm not exactly sure what I was trying to say, but I have no right to have her not feel that. So I have to let that feeling bide me so I can grow from my strength today to become the sport for that little girl and myself to get over that in a positive coping manner. And I pass.
Love hearing you talk so much. Thank you so very much. Do you have anything you want to add? I was good with the words, sir. You got a lot of them written down over there.
We have.
Is there anything in particular that sticks with you? I know a lot
No,
sticks
I was
with you,
just
but
plagiarizing a little bit of what everybody said.
yeah, you've been here
No,
a minute and I'm just wondering.
when we started, when you brought the topic back to the basics, the first things that I wrote down for myself, and we hear it all the time, was be patient. That was something I always lacked, was patience. When I was bored, I was gone. I was uncomfortable, I was gone. Discipline, and discipline.
Yeah.
When it looks good and it's nice and shiny, discipline myself to sit still. Discipline to realize that, you know, just because it looks good, maybe that light at the end of the tunnel is just an oncoming train, you know? Discipline to my routine, creating a good, healthy routine. That's been crucial for me. It's been a big key. Sticking to that. If I do have to break any part of my routine for whatever reason, it's usually to extend a hand to somebody. And I'll only do that if I can. I have to be disciplined to myself to make sure I put myself first. Kind of regardless, kind of like what Mitchell opened up with, you know. And then somebody, I don't remember who it was, I didn't write it down, but forgiveness came up. And I wrote how next to it with a question mark. And got to thinking about it, and I guess I just kind of like, when I first started hearing that, oh, forgive yourself, whatever it was that you done, I just expected it to somebody walk in and flip a switch. And it was like, oh, there it is, you're forgiven, you know? And it wasn't anything like that. There was a lot of hurt inside that I had to go through to be able to forgive myself. And one of those hurts was time, because I was not very patient. And when I bring up the time thing, it is me continuing to do the next best thing for myself so I know I'm not going back to something that I will later have to try to forgive myself for.
Yeah.
And I also wrote down, I liked what Ryan said about, I don't know why that hit me so hard when you said, you know, I had to stop resisting. I think that's a sentence that just put an exclamation point at the end of that.
Yeah.
You know. From the police.
A lot of that with the patients, I myself, and I assume others too, the whole patience thing, the lack of, a lot of us, and especially today, it's all about instant gratification, and it's kind of hard to stop and sit back and not just jump for the instant gratification. You have to be patient and wait for things. I don't think that's taught to a lot of people, and it got me in trouble. The lack of patience and wanting the instant gratification. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot tied to that.
A whole lot.
Family dynamics, all that stuff.
Yeah, maybe next week you could sit here
We'll see.
and I'll sit there next to you.
Let me check my schedule.
Okay, get back to me on that. I enjoy sitting here with you, but I would love to switch seats. That would be amazing.
I'll run it by my secretary.
Okay, let me know. Have her contact my people.
Any final thoughts?
And anybody have anything to add? Are we all good?
Anybody? Girls? No? You good?
I love her.
All right,
I
Alex.
appreciate all of you guys. Thank you.
All right, Alex, we have you for the autobiography.
Please.
Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. When I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. 2, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. 3, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It's my fault. I get out immediately. 4, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. And 5, I walk down another street.
Thank you.